one day turned to 2, and 2 days turned to 3, and so it went on for many days. And so Wally set up what needed to be a permanent kind of campsite. Wally does set up a good campsite, I'll give him that. He does a good job, and he gets everything ready, and the bush pig's over here, so we've got our fire. Not quite enough since it was the middle of winter, and Mildura may be nice for the southern 80 and a little bit of skiing action, but in the middle of winter it's very, very cold. And the river was very cold as well. But anyhow, Wal he'd had a zipper put in the back of the camper, which opened out to what I like to call the ensuite, which is actually the privacy shelter over the portaloo. So you step out of the standing uppy area of the camper trailer and through the opening and a few steps over, and you're in the portaloo. So that felt quite luxurious, really. I like to think of it as our ensuite. And then at some point it seemed imperative that we might have a shower because the days were ticking by. In fact, this was on the weekend. I think by the Sunday I probably said, Wally, I think it's time we had a shower. And so what would have been a relatively simple procedure had we had the jalopy, I don't understand the technicalities, but he had some sort of thing that went through the thing, that went up over the thing, and then that hooked onto the thing, and you got hot water. Well, we didn't have the jalopy, so he had to get the bucket of water out of the river and bring it back over to the camp, and then he had to heat it, and then he had to... And he said, right, Eunice, I think I've got it set up. And I thought, good, I'm looking forward to this. And so it was very, very cold. So I was in the camper, and then you just sort of strip off and you pop a towel around you and you step out, heading towards the ensuite. You keep that towel. You don't know what sort of perverts are hanging around over behind the dunes or the gum trees. And there's a lot of men that would be a bit unsettled if I skipped across naked. So I kept myself covered, and in I popped, dropped the towel out, not seductively, no, I wasn't feeling at all seductive, and it was some time before I did. Not sure that I did at all. Anyhow, I popped in and I said, ready, Wal. By now my core temperature's plummeting and I'm feeling everything starting to seize up. I'm looking at my extremities and seeing them turn a little bluish. And it was unpleasant, to say the least. But I thought, never mind, I'm getting a hot shower. So Wal's outside. I'm saying, right, Wally, let it rip. So Wal's saying, have you got it now? Is it coming through? There's this little shower head up in the corner. Heaven knows at its very best it wasn't going to be good. But I was hoping for at least some kind of reasonable stream. I said, no, there's nothing yet, Wal. Can you give it a crank or something? So, is it right now, Eunice? Is it right now? Yes, Wal. Yeah, no, it's coming through. Now, foolishly, I got a little overzealous and I started washing my hair. Well, that's just ridiculous to be washing your hair. You've got a trickle at best. Sometimes it was a squirty, sort of a spurty thing. In the meantime, you've got a head full of shampoo. You've got other bits that haven't been touched yet. And that stream's not going to last forever. So you just have to be really, really efficient here. And I am. I'm a nurse. Now and then. and I know how to briskly wash body parts, so I tell you what, my body parts were washed very briskly. The water was sort of wavering between while it's burning my scalp and it's freezing, and occasionally it would sort of get to a half reasonable temperature, so you'd wash, wash, wash. Finally over, all body parts relatively clean, not much soap left in the hair, and so you sort of towel yourself off, wrap it around, skip back into the camper, and you're there seething a little bit, just a little, but I was all right. I thought he's doing his best, he's trying circumstances, he's doing his best. And then it was his turn. He'd heated up another thing of hot water, and so he got it all sort of connected and going, and he was in there having his shower. And as I'm starting to feel my extremities again, and I'm getting some feeling back into my toes and fingers, I hear, "It's running beautifully now, Eunice. It's running beautifully. Yes, I think I've ironed out all the kinks, and I've got the temperature right." And I said, "Oh, that's good, Wal." I said, "That's good, isn't it, Wal?"